Welcome to my marathon declutter. I hope you guys are going to enjoy all these declutter videos put together. It's something that if you want to just sit down and have and watch like a long declutter video, I've put them all together for you. I hope you really enjoy it. So let's get started. So it's time for my blush declutter. I have so many blushes in here that I want to get rid of a lot and clean up my area. But before we get into, if you want to know what I'm wearing on my eyes, because the eye look turned really nice, it's the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, all those nice plums in here. Then I have the Makeup by Mario in the shade Deep Plum in my waterline, and I'm using my BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Passion. This is such a beautiful lipstick, so hydrating. I love it. Let's get started and let me show you my blush collection and start decluttering. So here I have some of the blushes that are sitting on my vanity, and when it's time to do the shop my stash and change my items, we're gonna get into them. But I'm gonna keep this for now here, and we're gonna work what we have in here and start decluttering, and then we're gonna get to this and see if there's anything to declutter, which I doubt it, but we're gonna check it out. So let's get started with this area. Okay, I hope you guys can see everything. Let's start with this set right here. So we're gonna put everything that we declutter in this container, and anything that I declutter will go towards my daughter. She'll look through it and see what she'll like, and then if she doesn't like it, then we'll decide whether it's good for someone else, expire, or good to throw out. So let's start with the Patrick Ta in She's a Doll. Of course, this is not up for decluttering. This is my Patrick Ta blushes, which I love so much, and they're just so most wonderful blushes you can own. Very pigmented. I hope you guys can see that. It's just stunning blushes. So this is a keeper. It's gonna go back in here. I guess this is more of I will show you my blushes and decluttering at the same time, because this is another one. Oh, she's different, and I am not going to declutter this one either. It is just a beautiful, nice mauvey with a hint of brown. It's so pretty. They're just so pigmented and they work so great together. So this one's staying as well. Another Patrick Ta is She's So LA. This is more of that bronzy type of blush. Isn't that pretty? At first I thought this was a bronzer, but it's actually a blush. This is She's So LA. And here we have She's Blushing, and this is the newest one in my collection, which is a more brick type of blush. It's so pretty. Very pretty. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's stunning. So these are keepers for sure. My next ones are Tower 28, and I have 3 here and 1 there, but let's get through this one. This is the Tower 28 in Power Hour, and of course this Tower 28 blushes are just a favorite. Look at that very intense color. A little bit goes a long way. Probably this is one of my favorites from Tower 28, Power Hour. Then we have Magic Hour, which is more of a peachy, more muted brown. You can see it has a hint of pink in it. And my other one is, which I'm wearing today, is Office Hours. So you can see the mauviness in it. So these are all keepers. I know, don't worry, so far no decluttering, but there's a lot in here that I'm going to get rid of. Okay, so let's move on to this one. This is the Hello Kitty by Colourpop. This is the only blush I have by Colourpop. It's a very nice, intense, electric orange, and it's so pretty. And I did wear this the other day, and I really loved how it looked on my face. Aloha Honey Pressed Powder Blush. So this is a keeper for now. And I have my Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. I think I got this in a boxy charm, and the blush is still very nice. You can see it has a hint of more of a shine to the blush, so it's very unique. And it also comes with a nice highlighter, very intense. I haven't used the highlighter much, but I should. Look at that, it's so pretty. So I'm keeping this one. Now, two more little blushes here. I don't know if you guys can see them. I have my Lila B blush, which it looks like it's kind of hardened, but if you warm it up with your finger, you can see the nice orange. It's very unique and orange. This is kind of my only orange cream blush. So I'm keeping this one, good for traveling. And my other one is my Fenty cream blush. And again, this is a very nice orange, but more muted. So it's beautiful topper for any blush. It's so pretty. So I'm keeping this one. This is in the shade Fuego Flush, and the Lila B is in Be Daring. So these are keepers for sure. Now let's move on to this section here. And in this section, I have the Jekka Black Red Touch Satin Finish Blush. And I got this in a boxy charm. It's really pretty. It's very hydrating. It's a nice cream blush, but I have not used this in a long time. And this is in the shade, yeah, Red Touch. So I'm decluttering this one. I'm gonna put this away in the container here. First declutter, yay! And now we have the Wonder Beauty, and this is the Double Date Lip and Cheek. So you have this nice pink blush. Look how intense that is. It's really pretty. And then on the other end, you have this nice Vaseline type of formula. So you can use this as highlighter, topper, or for your lips. I think I'm going to declutter this. I haven't used this one in a long time, so I'm going to add it and probably give it to my daughter. Okay, next, we have a blush called the Red Apple Blush in the shade Koi. This was sent to me a long time ago. I really love it. It's a very nice muted formula, like a nice, the formula is very, very beautiful, but I haven't gravitated to it much with all the blush collection I have. So I think I'm gonna give this to my daughter as well. So we're gonna declutter this one. Yeah, so this is the Item Beauty blush in the shade Oopsies. This stays in my collection. It's a very interesting formula. It's a cream to powder, and it's a nice muted pink. I hope you guys can see that. It's a beautiful blush, so this is definitely will stay in my collection. Then we have the Sephora in the shade Charmed number 27. It's so pretty. It's a nice orange, very similar to the other one. Like, look at that nice bright orange. I love it. So this stays. Then we have a MAC blush. This is my only MAC blush I have, and I want to own more. This is in the shade Raisin. This is a matte blush, and it's really pretty. It's very pigmented. I'm putting it where it's wet, so it's hard to blend, but it's such a nice brown, very unique. Kind of gives me Patrick Ta vibes. So I'm keeping this one. I'm sitting down now. Next blush I want to keep is my Melt blush, and this is in the shade Sundown. This is a blush highlight, so you can see that it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's a very nice, oh, bronzy type of blush with that nice shimmer. I really love this one, so I'm keeping this one. And of course I'm keeping my NARS Orgasm. This I got in a boxy charm, so this is kind of the same as the Melt, but it's more pinky, so it has that nice beautiful shimmer to it. Very hard to show on the hand, but when you apply it to your cheek, it looks really nice. So this one stays as well. Okay, so let's move on to the back here. I hope you guys can see. Now I have two by Alley Oop, and these are the trios. One is in the shade Sunkissed, one is in Sassy Pants, and they open up like this, where you have a highlighter, blush, and a bronzer. Let me show you both. And here's the other one. So we have a pink and more peach. Very nice, beautiful formula actually. You just have to warm it up because I haven't used it in a while. But look at that nice mauve. So pretty. And then the other one, again, just warm it up, and a nice peach. So for sure, these are declutters because I have not used them in a while, and I'm just gonna give them to my daughter. Okay, now I have very similar to the Alley Oop. I have the Beauty ones. So let me open them all up here. So same thing, we have 3 things going on. In some we have 2 blushes and a highlighter like this one. The others we have 2 blushes and 2 bronzers and 2 highlighters. I love the formula. I love the highlighters a lot and the blushes, but I think this was a holiday collection, so they don't really sell this in the store. So I'm thinking of decluttering this. It's gonna go into my daughter's, or if she doesn't want it, we're gonna have to get rid of them. I have used them and I really like to use them even for eyes, and those highlighters are just stunning. But I think I have too much already and I'm not gonna use them as often, so there's no point in keeping them. So time to declutter them. Okay, now if we're still in the back here, this Essence Mosaic blush, this is in the shade 40, the Berry Connection. It's pretty. It's not a bad formula. Looks very similar to the Dior blush, this one right here, the pink one. But I haven't really used it much. I didn't gravitate towards it much, so I think I'm gonna declutter it. Here's a really old one, the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush. This is in the shade Baby Blossom. This is such a pretty, the formula is still very soft. This is very old, so this probably is time to chuck it because it's probably expired. I had it before I started my YouTube channel, so it's quite old. So we're gonna declutter this one. Okay, let's see what we have here. Now, I have this e.l.f. blushes, and I don't know, let's open them up here. Okay, so we have these blushes. I know that this is called Barbados. Then we have the pink one and the peach one. I don't see the name on it right here. It's supposed to be on the side here, but I don't know. I have not used this once in a while. Let's see. They feel very nice. Beautiful colors. Here they are. So the pink one, the peach one, and the Barbados one. I think I'm gonna keep them for now. We'll see next blush declutter if I use them, but I think that they're still really pretty. So the only e.l.f. cream blushes I have are this one, so let's just keep them for now, and then we're gonna see next blush declutter. Okay, then I have this Peri Pera. This is in the shade Pure Blushed Sunshine Cheek. I think, yeah, this is made in Korea. It's really pretty too. Look at that. It's okay. You already shine, it says on it. So, I don't know. It's a nice muted pink. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm gonna put it in the declutter box. Okay, time for a coffee break. Now let's move on to this one. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. Oh, I just love this so much. It's like a nice blush topper. Look at that shine. It's so pretty. And this is in the shade Beachy Peach. So I don't know, should I keep it? Okay, let's keep it for now, and then we'll see at the end when we get to the table if we're gonna declutter it or not. Of course, we have two e.l.f.'s, which are both really pretty. We have this one, which is a nice peach. this is the e.l.f. in the shade Always Cheeky. And then this is the e.l.f. I love this one. It's in the shade Blushingly. More of a muted pink. So, I don't know. I'm gonna declutter this big e.l.f. one, and I'm gonna keep this one because I love the formula more here. We gotta declutter, we gotta get rid of them. And then of course I have two NYX, which I'm gonna keep. I love my NYX blushes. One is in the shade Citron Rose, which is very similar to my Melt Cosmetics ones. Let me show you this one here. Very similar formula. You can see the shimmers in it, but not glitters. So very similar. And then I have my NYX in the shade Summer Breeze. And this one has no shimmers in it at all. Inner corner, ooh, so pretty. But yeah, I have too much, so I'm gonna declutter this one as well. Okay, wow, my declutter box is getting big. And what else we have? Oh, Huda Beauty. So these are made in Italy. These are really good blushes. The Huda Beauty Cheek and Lip Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Sienna, and then this is in the shade Sunrise. So the shades are exactly what the containers look like. Very pretty. And then here are my Huda Beauty blushes that look very similar to my Glossier, which I'm gonna keep. So these are a must. This is in the shade Dreamy 73, very pigmented. This is in the shade Pure 59. So I'm keeping all of this. So let's see. Might as well put them all in here now. Get rid of this. Okay, so let's move on to LYS. I have them here. I don't know if you guys can see them here. So I have my LYS in the shade Kindness. This is very pretty, a nice peach. You have to warm it up. When you don't use them for a while, you have to warm them up. So pretty, very nice peach. So I'm keeping this one. And then I have all the baby ones. You guys, I have a review on my channel on this. I have Empower. Let me open them up. Empower, Unforgettable, and Grateful. Okay, so here's Grateful. Very nice plum. Then we have Unforgettable. It's a nice peach. More red. Look how pretty they are. So pigmented. So don't worry, they're not dry. Once you warm them up with your finger, it's gonna be fine. And this is Empower. Look at that brick red. So yeah, these are staying. Okay, so which section haven't we done? This section right here. Now this section, I can tell you right now, let's see, let's try them on. Let's start with this M Cosmetics ones, which I got from BoxyCharm. Let's see how they work. So we have Peachy Peach. I don't know. Let's see. Should we keep them? Oh, yeah. So pretty. So these are more serum blushes. You won't get that much pigmentation. This is Venetian Rose. Oh, it's just that the caps don't work super good. But formula is stunning. So you want that more relaxed blush look. These are nice serum-y blushes. And this shade is Sunset Sky. So they're so pretty. So you can see that they're not as intense because they're serum blushes. So you can feel the serum in them. But I think I'm gonna keep them for now because I haven't used them in a while. I don't know. I'll keep them for now and I'll think about it next time. And of course I have my Rare Beauty blushes in the shade Bliss and Joy. So I'm keeping both of this. I love my Rare Beauty blushes. I won't be getting rid of them. I have a milk blush in the shade. This is a lip and cheek in the shade Work. It's really pretty. It's perfect for traveling as well. So I'm keeping this one. I have to buy more by Milk Makeup. I really love their packaging. So cute. Then I have my Rare Beauty in the shade Nearly Neutral. Oh. Very soft blush. You can see. It's a pretty shade. And of course I have my Merit in the shade Beverly Hills, which this one stays. I love my Merit blushes. I just have a review on my channel. I just received a new Merit blush, so stay tuned for that, which is this one. We're gonna get into this one when we get to the top here. So this is staying. And we have two sticks. One is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Peach Caramel, which is very pretty. It's not really, yeah, it is a peach caramel. It has like that orangey shade, but more of a latte caramel. I love this one so much. And then we have the Wonder Beauty. This is an illuminator on one side and a blush on the other. So this is in the shade Bear. So here is Bear. Oh, so pretty. And then here is Nude Glow, which is the highlighter. So I'm keeping one by Wonder Beauty. I know I declutter one, but this I like more. So this is staying. So this whole container staying. Okay, so let's move on. We still have this section here. So this section, I have my NYX Sweet Cheeks. I love this palette so much, and I just did a video with it, but then I realized I don't think they sell this anymore. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna declutter it and give it to my daughter, because they don't sell it and I don't want to use products in my videos that you guys cannot purchase. So this is a beautiful palette, so I'm not decluttering because of anything. It's good to go to my daughter for now. Okay, then we have the, oh, here's another one, Wonder Beauty Trip for Two. So we have a nice blush and a nice bronzer. This is very pretty. I haven't used it in a while. I got this in a BoxyCharm, but you can see I did use it a lot. So I think I'm gonna declutter this. I have not used it lately. Now we have the Too Faced blush. Oh, this still is good. This is Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo. It doesn't smell like anything, but it's really pretty. But I haven't used this in a while again, so I think it's really cute packaging, and I think this is gonna go in my declutter box. 3 more blushes. This is the Laura Geller. I have a video on this. This is really pretty. This is the blush. Look how nice that color is, that peach. Then we have a bronzer. Then we have a nice highlighter. This is a perfect palette even to travel with. So I got this in a BoxyCharm. I have a full review on this palette, doing a full face with it, eyes, lips, and cheeks. So I'm keeping this one. Okay, and then I have, this is the only Zoeva palette I have. It's so pretty, and I'm keeping this one. This is the Holistic Balance Blush, Privacy and Calm Comfort. But the blushes are just, look at that intensity. They're so pretty. I barely touched the pen and look how intense they are. So yeah, I'm keeping this one for sure. And my last one is a Kevyn Aucoin, or Aucoin. This is in the shade Grapevine Rosy Plum. Look at that. I love how it goes from light to dark. So this again are very hard to swatch. It's right here, but on the cheek this looks so pretty, just like the Dior ones. So I'm keeping this one. Okay, so we have these empty spaces here now, And this is for drugstore, so not much drugstore. That's all I have. And now let's move on to here. Okay, so these blushes, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to keep because I love them all. Now, actually, let's just start with my, maybe not, maybe I lied. So I'm definitely gonna keep my Dior blushes. I really don't need to swatch this because I have swatches on my channel. I have the coral one, the pink one, and the rosewood one. So this go back into my everyday makeup drawer. I have my new Merit blush in the shade Après. So in case you didn't see that video, this blush is stunning. I love it more than the Beverly Hills. So yeah, this is my new Makeup by Mario blush. That's the skin enhancer type of formula. This is in the shade Perfect Pink. I have my Patrick Ta in Do We Know Her. So this stays as well. So pretty. And I'm keeping all my Glossier. These are perfect for traveling. This lasts all day on your face. They're pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. And look how cute they look. And I love these shades. These are my favorite shades from the brand. They have a couple more shades. I'm interested in one more. But yeah, I picked up all this because I love them. So this is the Rare Beauty in the shade Virtue, which is the newer one in my collection. So I'm keeping this one. Nude Sticks Picante, again, this is new, so this one stays with me. Of course, Makeup by Mario in the shade Dusty Rose. You guys, this is such a pretty shade. Definitely Dusty Rose. Okay, so that stays with me. My Tower 28 in Happy Hour. Let me give this a swatch. Very pigmented, a lot of pink. So this one stays too. I don't like the packaging is kind of like broken. Sometimes it like breaks, so be careful. And Rose Ink. This is the only blush by Rose Ink. And it's really pretty. This is in the shade Foxglove. Oh, you can't go wrong with that. So pretty. Okay, so now we have the drugstore ones. I'm gonna keep my Huda Beauty one. I just bought this one, very similar to the Dior pink one. So this one stays. Now this one definitely stays. This is the Milani. It's a baked powder in the shade Luminoso. This blush is just over the top. It's just luminoso. It's very brightening and beautiful blush. Now this blush by Maybelline in the shade, what shade is this? Pink Rose. It's pretty, but can't really see it on the skin very good. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. I haven't used it much, so I'm gonna put this in the declutter box. And here is this beautiful blush by Milani, which is this nice raised rose. I think it's hard to see on the skin, but it transfers nice on the face. I'm keeping this one as well. Okay, so let me show you my declutter box now. Okay, so this is the declutter box. I'm gonna take them out and we're gonna count how many we decluttered. So we've decluttered 17 blushes. Isn't that crazy? 17 blushes. I'm so excited. And you can see the drawer looks much cleaner. We have more space for all of my drugstore blushes here, and extra space if I buy any more high-end blushes. You can see I really love my high-end blushes, but that's all I want to have from the drugstore. We'll see next time if we're gonna declutter any more. So that's it for me today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this blush declutter. I'm excited. We cleaned up most of the blushes I don't use. We'll see next time what we're gonna get rid of, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's it for me today. So as you can see behind me right here, there are some lip products. Today we are going to do the biggest lip declutter ever on my channel. I don't think I've ever done a lip declutter, but oh my goodness, I have so many lip products. And those are my favorite that I have there. So we're going to get into the ones that I haven't used in a while. I will show you an overview soon, and then we're going to get started at decluttering. So as you can see, here are all of the lip products we're going to go through. They're not even organized anymore. This were a little bit more organized, but they're everywhere. So I'm going to try put them all in order based on brand, and then we're going to see what we're going to declutter. And then of course here we're going to have some of my favorites, which these are all a keeper, but I'm going to go through them and show you and tell you why they mean so much to me. So let's get started. Okay, so I don't even know where I want to start. Like, look at this. I guess I'm going to remove all of this, and then we're going to put based on brand, and then we see what we declutter, or if we declutter everything and see what we keep. So let me rearrange stuff quickly. Okay, so I think Revlon, it looks like we have 3 only here. So the shades I have is 453, 205, and 467. So let's swatch them so I can show you and see if I keep them. I have no idea what I want to keep. They're so nice and soft. That is 453. It has some shimmer. Oh yeah, this is really pretty. A nice neutral mauve, 467. And then we have 205, which is like a nude brown. And they're all still very buttery and they look really nice. So I think, so far, I think I'm keeping this. Let me dump this all out here. I found another Revlon. So this is 027. And this is another nice purple, which is a little bit more darker than this pink one. So I think these are all nice shades, and I'm keeping this Revlon's for sure. Okay, now let's choose a different brand. Let's go with NYX and put all the NYX here. Oh, before we go to NYX, I found another Revlon, and let's see this one. This is in the shade 020. This looks quite old, and it's like an icy pink, and I think I'm going to declutter this one. So the shade 020, I'm going to put in my declutter box. Let's move on to NYX now. Okay, so I think for NYX, this is all I have. So I have the shade Free Spirit, which looks like a really nice nude color. Oh my goodness, I don't want to get rid of any. This is a very pretty nude color. So I'm keeping this one. Then we have the NYX in the shade Kali. Another nice brown, perfect for fall. Keeping that one. Then we have NYX in the shade Tea Rose. Wow, this is so pretty too. Gorgeous purple pink. Let me see what else I have here. Then I have NYX in the shade Violet Smoke. I have to keep one of them only. I don't know which one. I think I'll keep this one, which is Tea Rose, and then get rid of Violet Smoke. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think I'm going to wear this purple. So I'm keeping this one. And then I have 2 by NYX. These are lip glosses in the shade Cotton Candy. Okay. Very nice Barbie lip gloss. And then in the shade Maringe. Another type of bubblegum type of shade. Very similar they are. But I think I'm going to get rid of both. So I'm going to declutter this ones as well. Let's quickly go back to Revlon because I did find a couple more Revlons here. So we'll see. We go as we find them because there's just so many that I can't see them all. Maybe I should take them all out and see. Yeah, those are not Revlon. Ardell. So I have the Revlon Color Stay Ultimate Suede in the shade 025. It's nice and buttery. It looks nice. Do I need it? That's the question. Let's put it aside and see. Then we have these three, which are the same kind. So these are the Revlon Gel Lip Color, but they're not really gel. They're more like lipsticks, and they do twist. So let's see. This is a nice nude. That's a nice one. So this I'm going to keep. I love my nude shades. So this I'm going to keep for sure. Then I have the Revlon in the shade 710. This one was in the shade 700, if you're wondering. It's perfect for every day. This is 710, which is a little bit more intense than that one. So I'm going to keep it. I really like this one. And then I have the shade 765, which is a nice purple. And I think I'm going to keep this one because it's a beautiful shade. And I'm going to get rid of this one. Let's go between this Rimmel's one. So they're kind of lip glosses. Oh My Gloss by Rimmel. So I have this one that says Oh My Gloss up to 6 hour wear. So it's a very nice lip oil. So I'm going to keep this one because it's just like a nice see-through lip oil. It says up to 6 hours, but I'm not sure. So I'm keeping this one for sure. This is in the shade 200 Master Pink. And I think we're going to get rid. Do we need to get rid of this one? It's kind of like a nice see-through pink. No, I think I want to keep this one. Hold on. But I have so many. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. I'll probably give all of this to my daughter. And then Oh My Gloss in the shade 150. Glossaholic. This is a nice lip gloss too. Very nice and nude. But I'm going to pass this along to my daughter. I have enough lip glosses. So I'm going to declutter both of this and just keep the see-through one. Let's go into this Maybelline's. And we also have the Maybelline Lifter Glosses. Okay, so let's go into this lipstick. So this is an older one. Maybelline in the shade Espresso 295. It's a bullet lipstick. And it's a nice brown shade. Oh my god, I love this shade too. Maybelline has some really nice lipsticks, but you know what? I think I'm going to declutter this. It's the only kind that I have like this, and I think I'm going to have some shades probably in here that I'm going to keep, so I'm going to declutter this one. Now let's go into shade 930. This is again a very nice nude. So it has a little bit more of a pink cool tone undertone than this one. So I think I'm keeping this one in the shade 930. Let's see 760. This is more matte. It's a darker shade. I don't know. I think, do I want this? Maybe I'll keep this one, this dark shade. I really love my browns. And then we have 665 Lust for Blush, which is this nice purple. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. And 445, oh, which is a nice mauvey. Oh, that's pretty too. But no, I'm gonna get rid of both of this. I don't need them, so I'm gonna pass them along. Oh, now we have this lifter glosses. This, people went crazy about this. I picked 3 up, but one is in the shade 001 Pearl, which they have hyaluronic acid. So this is a nice one. I'm going to keep this one. It's see-through. It's very hard to see. It has some pearlescent in it. So I'm keeping this one. And then we have the shade 004, which has a tint to it. Let's see, 004. Then we have this brown one, Crystal 010, which has some shimmers. Oh, that's a pretty one. I'm gonna keep this 2 ones, which is 001 and 010, and I'm gonna get rid of 004. Let's move on to some L'Oreal here. I have a lot by L'Oreal. So let's start with the actual lipstick. This is in the shade 814 Forever Frappe. I love that name. And this looks like an intense brown. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to pass this one along. It's really pretty, but do I need it? Do I need it? I love Frappe. Looks nice when you blend it. Okay, I think I'm going to keep it for now. I'm going to put in my keep pile and then we'll see. Then we have this one, L'Oreal Infallible Paints, shade 310. This is a very interesting formula. I love this one. But it's quite dark. I don't know why I got such a dark one. But I really love the packaging. But because it's so dark, I'm going to declutter it. Then we have this kind, the Infallible Pro Matte in the shade 360 Angora. Let's see here. See, this is a very similar shade to that one I decluttered, but it's more mauvey. And then we have the shade 105 Petal, which this has, it's more pink and has more of a pearlescent in it. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to keep this one and I'm going to get rid of Angora right here. So I'm keeping the pearlescent one. And then we still have this L'Oreal in the shade 416 Create. I love this one. So this type of doe foot applicators. Okay, let's test them all out. This is in the shade 458. That's a very nice red. I kind of like this formula, and this is in the shade 301 Be Determined. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Let me see, did I put it on top of something else? Yeah, this is like garbage because I think it's expired the way it swatches. But this two, I'm gonna keep this two for now, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. So 301 Declutter. Then we have this kind, which on one end, it has this type of lip product, which is kind of like a balm. And on the other end, we have the actual lipstick. So let's see here. This is this purple one, and then this is this brown one. So the purple one is in the shade 107, brown is in 119. So I'm going to keep the brown one, 119. I'm going to get rid of 107. Let's move on to Smashbox. I have 3 by Smashbox. So Smashbox, these are the Gloss Angels or Angelus lip products. And this is in the shade Mercury Mauve. Oh, I don't know. These are so pretty. These lip glosses. This is a pretty one. Then this is in the shade Beachy Keen. This doesn't have any sparkles. It's just like a nice brown. But they're lip glosses. And then this one is in the shade Shimmer. This is tough. They're all so pretty. I do want to keep them all. So I'm going to keep all of this. These are really pretty. So I'm keeping all of this. Oh no. We're not doing so good. We have to declutter more. Okay, so let's go into Morphe here. Morphe and Jeffree Star. I have the Gloss by Jeffree Star. This nice pink. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I have not worn it or gravitated towards it, so I'm going to put this in the declutter pile. This is the Morphe in the shade Boho. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I find it to be too light on my, but it looks really nice. I don't know. And I don't have that many Morphe products. And then I have this Morphe lipstick in the shade Cream. Maybe I'll declutter this one. Let's see. Yeah, this is the light one. That's too bright for me. So I'm going to declutter this one and keep the lip gloss. And then we have all of this by Morphe with Jeffree Star. I have Leo, then I have Slurp, First Impressions, Star Crown, and mannequin. And I think I'm gonna give all of this away to my daughter. I haven't used this in a while, and then she can play with them. And there's like a lip gloss, like a see-through lip gloss, which I already have in the other ones. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one away, all of this. Okay, we're doing good. Let's see some Ardell products. Okay, so I think that's all. I have some random ones. Okay, so I have Ardell Matte Whipped Lipstick in Still Waiting. Sorry if you hear the outside, someone's just cutting the lawn right now. And this is Still Waiting, so they're both the same. So I'm gonna declutter both. Not a big fan of this shade, so I'll put this in the declutter box. Okay, so I went ahead and I organized them a little bit. Let's check this ones out. They are by The Balm. I picked this all up by myself. So I have the shade Dotting, which is like, looks very nice, orangey. Then we have the shade, oh, Amplify, I think it's called, Amplify, which is a nice glossy light pink. We have the shade Overstate. I haven't used this ones in a while. They're so beautiful, especially this glossy ones on the lips. And then we have the shade Dedicated, which is this intense red probably. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep the two glossy ones and then get rid of this two color ones. So I came across two ones by Rimmel, and I have the shade 120, You're All Mine. Very interesting pink. And then 300, Listen Up. Ooh, that's intense. So I think I'm gonna get rid of both of this. I haven't worn them in a while, and I don't think I'm gonna gravitate towards them, so declutter. Speaking of Revlon, I have 4 more products, which I have this 3 ones. They are the Revlon Color Stay Overtime Lip Color. I have the shade Eternally Tan, Keep Blushing, and Ultimate Wine. And these are the type that you apply the color first, and then you go ahead and you top it with the gloss on the other end. So I really like this one, the Eternally Tan. Let me try this one here, the pink one. Yeah, I think this is too pink. And then the red Ultimate Wine. I love how they're just so soft. I really like this red. Okay, so I'll keep the brown and the red and get rid of the pink. I also have this Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream, which I don't know what shade this is. 530, which is a squeezy tube, and it's like a lip cream, very soft on your lips. And then I have this Revlon Kiss Balm. So you twist it up, and it's very hard to see, but it's balmy. So I'm gonna get rid of both. I have not. This is really good though, but I think I'm gonna give them to my daughter. Okay, let's move on to Bumex. This is my friend's company. She owns this. I have a review on her products on my channel, and she sent me 2 of these lip products. This is Bumex in the shade FS76. It's very nice pink. Then it's this one, SHM06, which is so unique. It's like that duochrome eyeshadow from Natasha Denona. I don't have anything like that, and this is for lips. Like, look at that shift and duochrome in this one. And then I have the Bumex. This is in the shade LG23. It's a nice gloss. And this is in the shade FS55. So I think I'm gonna pass this along to my daughter and then keep this lip glosses here. I really like this ones. Okay, so let's move on to some Sephora products. So I have a Sephora lipstick, and I don't even know what shade this is. Oh yeah, number 2, which is bright. It has some shimmers in it, but it's this bright one, and it's quite old. So I think I'm gonna just chuck this one out. Then I have this Sephora lip gloss in the shade 44, which has some really nice shimmer. I'm gonna keep this one. It's really pretty right here. And then the Marc Hoffman for Sephora collection. I think I'm gonna pass this along to my daughter. It's this nice pink lip gloss. So I'm only keeping this lip gloss. It looks like I'm keeping a lot of lip glosses, and then pass this one along. Okay, so let's move on to this products right here, Half Caked. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of this. This came in a boxy charm. I have 82 Bordeaux, Low-Key, and Theme Song. So I can quickly swatch them for you. So this is probably my favorite, the brown. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all of this, pass them along. It's not something I would gravitate towards. Now let's move on to Milani. So these are the products I have by Milani. I have 2 lipsticks and then 2 lip glosses. So the lipsticks I have in the shade 61 Matte. Let's go here. Oh, this is a nice, lovely mauvey matte. I'm keeping that one. And then this is in the shade 09 Pink Frost. It's probably has some shimmer, yeah. So I'm gonna get rid of the Pink Frost and keep this one, which is this nice, beautiful matte. I love it. And then for lip glosses, I have 12 Sparkling Pink. And then the see-through one, which is 09 Moonlight. Oh, why is this so pretty? Like, very interesting. It looks white, but when you use it on the hand, it turns into this purple pink. So I think I'm keeping this one and getting rid of 12 Sparkling Pink. So let's move on to NYX. Let's start with this one, the NYX Cosmic Metals in the shade 15. Wow, it looks really pretty. It's metallic a little bit, but it's very neutral. So I'm keeping this one. Then we have this one, which for sure I'm keeping, the NYX Powder Puff Lippy in the shade Cool Intentions. It comes with this puff applicator, and it's a nice matte brown. So I'm definitely keeping this one. And then we have this one, the NYX Dazed and Diffused in the shade Girl Strip. So I love that it comes with a brush on one end and this big chubby pencil on the other. And it's very, it's just a beautiful shade to have. So I'm keeping this one as well. And then we have this ones, which I'm going to get rid of right now. These are the NYX Shine Loud Ambition Statement and Magic Maker. So they come with this color on one end. I will show you. With this applicator on one end. It's very pretty. And then on the other end, you have that gloss that you put on top. But I find them that they leak sometimes, and not a big fan of them. So I'm gonna get rid of both of this. Okay, so keeping this ones. Let's move on to this ones by L'Oreal. So we have the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon 502 Sweet and Salty. So it's one of them that you twist up. So let me see where I can swatch them. I'll swatch them here. Then we have this shade. Next one is in the shade 05. Oh, so beautiful. I love this one. And this is in the shade 30, Seek Adventure, which is this nice purple pink. They're so pretty. And I love the packaging on this one. And this is in the shade 15, Lead the Way. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep the 3 and get rid of the pink one and just keep this 3 for now. We are getting rid of a lot of product, you guys. Let's move on to this ones. These are a little bit more random but high end. So I have Buxom, and this is like one of those nice chubby crayons, and this is the Dolly Danger. So it's really nice. I really love it. I love this type of chubby crayons. I'm keeping this one. Then I have the Bite one. And this is a mini. I think I'm gonna pass this on to my daughter. Oh, then we have the NARS, and this is a Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. And I don't know, is it in the shade Get Off maybe? But I love NARS, so I'm keeping this shade as well. Then we have Stila, and this is the Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Patina. Very nice mauvey color. I think I'm gonna pass this on to my daughter. I haven't used it in a while. And then I have this MAC Love Me liquid lip color. Been There Plum, that is the shade. It's a very interesting name. And I just got this from Winners. It's very more dark. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I don't have that many dark ones, so I'm keeping it for that reason. Yeah, and for sure I'm keeping the Buxom and NARS. Let's move right along to CoverGirl. So we have this products by CoverGirl. This, I can tell you that it's old. This is the $5.98 CoverGirl. So again, it comes with this nice lip product on one end. I don't know. I don't think I need it or use it. I have not gravitated towards, so I'm going to declutter it. Then I have this CoverGirl, which you put the color base and then the lip gloss. This is the Outlast All Day. And this is in the shade, I don't know the shade. It doesn't have a shade, so I think I'm going to get rid of it. Again, it's this nice pink on one side. And then you put the lip gloss on the, again, on top. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Then we have the CoverGirl 24-Hour Matte Lipstick. Oh, this seems quite drying because it's a matte lipstick. This is in the shade 600 Stay With Me. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. I don't like the formula. It seems very drying. So I'm going to declutter it. Then we have this colors, the CoverGirl Clean Fresh. They're like lip balms, but with shades. So You're the Palm is this one. And then this one is in the shade Made for Peach, which is very hard because you can't tell unless you open them. So this I'm going to keep because they're kind of like lip balms, but with color in them. And they have hyaluronic acid, so I'm keeping these two shades here. Let's see, we have two by Huda Beauty. So I think, yeah, this is the purple lip gloss, which I'm gonna declutter. And this is Huda Beauty Lip Boost Plumping Gloss. This is in the shade Moon Dust, which is a very nice icy shade, but I do have others. I don't know. I guess I'm going to declutter both because I already have this shade in others. So I'm going to declutter both of this. Okay, so let's move on to e.l.f. So I have the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss, and this is in the shade Peach Bellini. Yeah, I'm going to declutter this one because I already have it in other formula and other brands. And then we have this e.l.f. Perfect Pink. So I think it's one of those lip balms that adjusts to your pH levels and then it turns pink. You see how pretty that is? Do I want this? I don't know if I want this. Maybe I'll keep it for a bit. I'll keep this one for a bit and see. I'll keep it on my table and play with it and see how much I use it. But you can see it already turned pink here. So I'm going to declutter this one. Okay, let's see this L'Oreal Collective Exclusive with JLo. This is in the shade 370. And it's so pretty. It still has the L'Oreal name on the lipstick. And it's this nice nude color. I like L'Oreal lipstick, so I'm keeping this one. And let's move on to this lipsticks here. So these are by Red Apple. They were kind enough to send this to me. This is in Hibiscus. Very nice hot pink. This one is in Barcelona. Nice brown. And this is in Mayberry. It's hard because I'm putting them on top of lip glosses. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep Barcelona and Mayberry and declutter this one and give it to my daughter, Hibiscus. Okay, so we have the Physicians Formula Muru Muru Butter. This is in the shade Pinkini. It's one of those lip glosses, lip balms, but I'm going to declutter it. I'm not keeping this one. Then I have the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lipstick in the shade 944B. I love the packaging on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter this one as well. Then we have the Hard and Candy Coconut Rose. I think this is one of those products that again adjust your pH levels. It's really pretty with Marilyn Monroe on it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna declutter this one as well. And then we have this beautiful lipstick by Essence. This is color changing again, but look at this shine. Are you able to see this? Okay, so this is again color changing, adjusting to your pH. I think I'm gonna declutter this one and pass it on to my daughter. And then we have the Essence in the shade 12 Loyal, which is this nice nude, but it has that the peach undertone. I don't like peach undertone too much on my lips, so I'm gonna declutter both. Okay, so let's quickly go through all of this. These are just stuff that I think I'm gonna declutter all of this. So I have the Marcel Luxe Gloss. This is in the shade 40 Angel. It's just like a lip gloss. So I'm going to declutter this one. Then I have this Cab Gloss in the shade Charming. This came in a boxy charm. I'm going to declutter this one. It's just so chunky and I don't like that shade. Then I have this one, which I don't know what it is. Has no brand name. It's this interesting orange. So I think I'm going to keep this one. What is it? Let me see here. Oh, Maybelline in the shade 40 Captivating Coral. I'm keeping this one because it's unique and I don't have anything like this in my collection. Okay, then we have Burt's Bees. This is tinted lip oil. It's one of those with brushes. It's a really good product, but I don't need it. I'm going to declutter it. Then we have this one by Maybelline Vivid Hot Liqueur, which is very, very light. This doesn't look good on my lips at all, so I'm going to declutter it. Gold Digger by Real Her Moisturizing Lipstick. I think, never even used this, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to declutter this one. Pass it along to my daughter. It's right here. Okay, Vitamin Enriched Tinted Lip Oil Chapstick Total Hydration. I'm going to declutter. Then we have the Vintage by Jessica Lieberkind. I'm going to declutter this one. I really don't like this type of applicator. You can see the hairs. Maybe I'll just throw this one out because those hairs are not comfortable. Then I have the Yves Rocher in the shade in the shade 102. You ordered this from Yves Rocher. I'm going to declutter this one. It's probably garbage, so I'm going to throw this one out. Here's another one I got in a boxy charm. V Cosmetic in the shade Bubbly. It's this hot pink. It feels very nice on the skin when you apply it. So I'm going to declutter it. Then we have, I don't know what this is. Smurly Blue Fit Tint. I don't know. This is one of those Korean lipsticks, I think. It's this hot red. So I think I'm going to throw it out since I don't even know the brand. I'm going to chuck it. I have Alter Ego. They just sent this to me. And this color is unique and I love that dark brown. And I don't have anything like that in my collection, so I'm keeping this one. Then we have this one by Queen. This is in the shade Monroe because Marilyn Monroe always wore this type of lipsticks. Look at that red. But I'm decluttering it. I don't like this color that much on me, so I'm going to chuck it. Then we have this one, the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour, which on one end you have this lipstick. Wow, very pink. And on the other, you have this type of lip balm. But this is so old that I'm going to just throw it out. I won't give it to my daughter, just garbage. Then we have this one by Kismet in the shade Baby. I really love the packaging. It looks really nice and luxurious, and it's a nice color. So I'm just going to pass this along. I will declutter it. Then we have the Mana Kadar Lip Locked Priming Gloss Stain in the shade Lucky. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I just have too many of this shade. So I'm going to declutter it. Then we have Riri. I think this is a Korean brand in the shade B04. Let's see. Yeah, it's very drying, so I think I'm gonna just throw this one out. And we have Catkin, which is another Asian brand, and I'm gonna pass this along. Let me see. Yeah, in the shade CR129, but I think I'm gonna just chuck it. I think it's old as well, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And then we have this Plumping Essence What the Fake lip filler. So it's just like a see-through lip gloss. So I'm gonna pass this along. Okay, so let's move on to this ones here. Okay, so here we have the Maybelline ones. So we have shade 05 right here, which seems quite light, but it looks quite light on the packaging, but look how beautiful it transfers. So this is 05, this is 10. These are supposed to stain. That's shade 10, 35, this hot purple. Then we have 55, which is another nice brown. I love my browns. This is 65, 70. Oh, this is pretty too. And then 100, which is this nice purple. Oh, okay. So I think I definitely want to keep 5, which is the first one. And I want to keep 55, which is this one right here. I want to keep my 55 and 5. And I think I want to keep this to 65 and 70, which are these two shades. And then getting rid of this pink and mauvey one, passing them along. Okay, let's quickly discuss these products here. So I have my Dior products, which I love. You guys know, in the shade 900, 039, 900. I have 2 because one is almost done. So I'm keeping my Dior products. Then I have this Dior lip oils. I'm keeping both. In the shade 002, it's this one. And 247 is this pink one. So I'm keeping both. Then I have this lip glow oils. This is in the shades 007 and 012. Beautiful lip glow oils. I'm keeping them. I have 2 Pat McGrath lipsticks. I don't know what I did there. The other ones I think expired. So I'm keeping this one. This is in the shade Flesh 7. It's so pretty. This nice balmy brown. And this sparkly one is in the shade Bronze Astral. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. And it transfers so nice on the lips. So yeah, I'm keeping both of this. Okay, let's move on to Sephora ones, which I'm keeping all. This is in the shade 7. It's very grayish, but I don't have anything like that. This is in the shade 3. So pretty. In the shade 65. That nice mauvey, and they're all made in Italy, this ones, and they're so affordable from Sephora. 74. This nice brown. And this is 68, which has some sparkles in it. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so obviously I'm keeping all of this. Okay, then I have this Milani ones, which they're all a keeper. This is in the shade 420 Tease. It's a nice neutral brown. Very pretty. In the shade 110 Lustful. It has more of a balmy consistency, this one. It's really pretty. This is in the shade 220 Tied Up. Again, this is more matte. No, this is balmy as well. Very pretty. I love these balmy ones. I prefer the balmy ones over the mattes, but I love the mattes too. This is in the shade 210 Nylon. Very balmy again. Pretty. And this is in the shade 460. Sensual. More of a darker one, which I don't have in my collection, but it's pretty. So yeah, they're all keepers. MAC. Let's see here. So I have MAC. Oh, so hard to read here. 306, which is this nice pink red. I love MAC lipsticks, so I'm keeping that. This is in the shade 648. Nice mauvey pink. This is in the shade 922 Verk, which is more of a red, very similar to that first one. This is in the shade 314. Nice brown. Nice brown right here. And then this is in the shade 601 Candy Yum Yum. Oh, this is that hot pink. So I'm keeping them even though I barely use the pink. I love MAC lipsticks. Okay, so I have the two glosses by Covergirl, the Yummy Clean Fresh glosses, shade 150 and 350. Definitely recommend this one's from the drugstore. They're very good, similar to the Dior lip oils. I love my Tower 28 lip glosses, and I have the shades Pistachio right here. I have a short on my channel with all of the shades swatched. Pistachio, Wild, my favorite shade, and Almond as well. They're all my favorite, but I really love this one because you can really see it on the lips. I have my Rare Beauty lip oils. I have a video on my channel on this, and you can see which shades I have in that video. I have one in my purse, but I do have shades Wonder, Joy, this is Honesty, and I have another shade in my purse, which I don't remember what it is, the name of it. I have two by Fenty. These are the lip stains, and I have the shade Strawberry Sangria, and this is in the shade Berry, and these are the Poutsicles. So they're more stains. So I'm keeping those. Oh, but I wanted to show you this by L'Oreal. So I have in the shade 107 and 109. This is 107. Let me see what I can. Very balmy and nude right here. And then we have 109, which is, it looks like this purple, but it's not purple. I think it's kind of glossy right here and see-through, so don't be afraid of that. So I'm keeping this one as well. I have my BKB lipsticks. I'm keeping all of them. I have this beautiful Laura Mercier lipstick. I think I got in a BoxyCharm, and it's really pretty. I love this mauve wine on the lips, so I'm keeping it, and I love that it's magnetic. Then I have three lipsticks by Lancome. So I have this shade 37 Wine Party, this shade right here. Then we have shade 126 Natural Beauty, which is this nice brown one, my favorite. And then shade 342 Racy, which is very intense red, but I love Lancome lipsticks, so I'm keeping all three. I have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. So this came in a BoxyCharm, and it's one of those juicy lip oil, lip glosses, lip balm. So be careful when you click. Don't click too much, because then you're going to be stuck with the product outside. And then this lip Clinique. Actually, I have two. Hold on. I have the Clinique in the shade Black Honey, which is this lipstick. And then I have the lip gloss in Black Honey, which I just picked up. And it's the same, but it's in a lip gloss shade right there. So I'm keeping both because I love my Clinique products. And here's the last batch right here. So definitely keeping my Huda Beauty lip blush. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's a nice lip stain. Don't be intimidated by the actual color of the packaging. This is in the shade Rosy Kiss. So pretty. I'm keeping my Chanel. This is in the shade Light Rose. So there's a color on this side right here. It's really pretty. And then on the other side, you have the actual lip gloss that goes on top of it. So I'm keeping this one. Then I have my MAC Basil Glass. This is in the shade Prancing Dancing, which is this nice gloss with this cute shimmer. But it's a very soft. You don't see those sparkles. It's a very nice soft gloss. Very sticky, so be careful. Then I'm keeping this Burt's Bees in the shade 515. There's something about this shade that I really enjoy. It's such a nice soft pink and it looks really, really nice on the lips. So keeping that one. This is a beautiful product by e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm. And this is in the shade Tough Cookie. And I love the packaging. It's kind of like glossier packaging. And it's this nice balmy consistency and a beautiful shade on the lips. It makes your lips so juicy and it just looks stunning on the lips. So keeping this one. I have this one by Fenty Beauty Heat Fenty Beauty in the Gloss Balm in the shade Hot Cherry. So I don't know. I'm still keeping this one. It's interesting. You get a little bit of a tingling feeling when you apply this to the lips, but I'm keeping it. Then I have this one by Item Beauty. I love this product. It's a nice glossy balm consistency, and I love that neutral brown. I'm also keeping this Pat McGrath because this didn't fit there, but kind of the top is kind of messed up. This whole product came out of here, but I do love the color. It's such a nice brown, so I don't want to throw it out. So it just kind of broke, but I have to keep it standing up like this. I have my NYX Fat Lip Oils, and this is in the shade Newsfeed, the red one. And this is in the shade That's Chic. So I'm keeping both of those. I have this one that I bought from Prideful because this is an SPF for your lips. So I'm keeping it because it's the only one I own. So always make sure to put SPF on your lips as well. And this is a Pro Beauty lip balm. It's one of those that you push up by twisting it, but then it never comes back down. So very similar to the Mario one, and it's right here. It's so pretty. Oh, and another one by Pat McGrath. This is in the shade Flash 3. Ooh, love this shade. So I'm keeping this one as well. Let me organize them and I'll show you what I'm keeping and what I got rid of. Okay, so this is everything that I'm keeping that was not on my desk, and then this is all the stuff that always hangs out on my desk, so I've always had this. And then let me show you what I'm decluttering. Ooh, and this is everything we've decluttered. And then here I have stuff that I'm throwing out because this is just too old and expired, but this I can pass along to my daughter. She can choose what she wants, and the rest we can throw out. But yeah, this is all decluttered. This is what I'm keeping only, and this is always that stays on my desk. Hello. Okay, this is all I kept. So here are my lipsticks. These are from here up, all on the nude brown. From here, more mauvey pink. And then these are all of my lip glosses. So that's all I have left. And this is also what I'm keeping, which always stays on my desk. Okay, so you can see in the background, this is what I've decluttered. That's what I'm keeping. And then I have one more box that I'm keeping. And then right here is what we're throwing out. I hope you guys really enjoyed this declutter. That's it for me today. Let's get to the bronzer section and do a declutter. I will show you my collection. And today we're just going to cover the powder bronzers because I have a lot in powder and cream. So I don't want this video to be too long. So we're going to get through my bronzers and we're going to see what we declutter from here. But in case you're wondering what I have on my lips, I'm wearing the Gucci lipsticks in the shade Janet Rust. I love this shade and I love this lipstick. It's so pretty. And on my face, I'm wearing my Rose Ink Tinted Serum along with the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, the one with the browns, not the roses. Anyways, let's get started. So here are all of the bronzers we're gonna go through today. and let's get started because there's a lot. So I do have high-end and drugstore as well, and this is all powdered bronzers we're gonna go through. Okay, so let's start with Makeup by Mario. Now, Makeup by Mario, this is the Soft Sculpt Bronzer in the shade Light Medium. And this I just purchased and I am loving it. You can see how much I've used it already. I had to put it away from me. And this is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer that gives you that nice color to your face without overdoing it and without making it too bronzy. It's very, very natural, and I love this color and this shade, and I think it's just very, very beautiful. So this I'm keeping. And of course, Gucci bronzer. This was very, very expensive. I will never get rid of it. And this is the Gucci bronzer in the shade. It's pretty dark, but it works really good for my fair skin. Now, don't be fooled by the packaging because this, I think, lifts up. Yeah, so you can see the amount of bronzer you get in here, and it is quite expensive because on the bottom, you do have the beautiful Gucci, I don't know what this is, like a puff, like a type of brush. I haven't used it. I tried it once, but not a big fan of that. But this shade works really nice on my skin as well. So again, a little bit goes a long way. So you can see right here beside the Makeup by Mario, it has more of a red undertone if you build it up, so be careful. I do have some foundation on my hand, that's why it looks a little bit patchy there. But this is a beautiful bronzer and I'm definitely keeping it. Now let's move on to Charlotte Tilbury. This is what I'm wearing on my face today, and this is the Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2 medium. The writing is kind of going away on the back, and this has a 24-month shelf life, and you can see how much I've used this one. Again, it looks like some hard panning there, but this is a beautiful bronzer. Again, this is a type of bronzer that is very natural looking, so this is very, very beautiful as well. Similar to the Makeup by Mario, a little bit more lighter. You can see right here, Makeup by Mario was here. But again, very, very pretty. So definitely keeping my Charlotte Tilbury. Kosas bronzer. This is quite old. This is in the shade medium golden bronze, but it's very pretty. I really, really love it. I don't like the powder as much. A lot of people love the powder, but I find it very drying, the powder. But this is, look at that nice golden glow. So definitely this is a keeper. It gives it that nice, this is very natural looking and light, but with a hint of some glowiness to it, which I really, really like. So pretty. So definitely keeping this. It has a funny smell, I think. Yeah, I really don't like the smell at all. So, and it did have the smell from the beginning, so keep that in mind. It's not that it's gone bad, but yeah, this is a nice golden. I have to pull this out and use it more. You've just seen my Too Faced, this is the Sweetie Pie bronzer, a radiant matte bronzer. So look at this design to it. It's just very pretty. It smells nice, and you just swirl your brush into it and you get this very nice bronzy shade. So interesting how combining all the shades, it gives it that nice bronzy shade, and it's not patchy, and it always picks up the same color when you swirl it. So you don't come out with some pink or browns, or it's always the same nice natural bronze. And this is in the shade Sweetie Pie, I guess, but it's infused with peach and sweet fig cream. So that's what it makes it so nice and soft on the skin. I love it. So I'm keeping this one as well. Let's finish with the high end and then we're gonna go into the drugstore. This is by Hanale. This is a matte bronzer and this is made in Korea. Doesn't have a shade. Made in South Korea, matte bronzer. But this is very good for traveling. It's a very nice light. It feels creamy, but it's not. It's so soft and satin like on the skin, provides that very nice natural sun-kissed look, and definitely keeping it. I love products made in Korea because they are made very thoughtful when it comes to your complexion. So I love complexion products that are made in Korea, and this is a very nice soft bronzer, and it's not powdery. It looks powder like, but it feels like kind of creamy. I don't know, but it's powder. It's a powder bronzer. So I'm keeping this one. Good for traveling for sure. Okay, so let's get to the Seattle London one. Let me open it up because it's very shiny. This is the Bamboo Bronzer South Beach. Very beautiful packaging, beautiful design. However, I don't know if you guys can see all those sparkles inside this bronzer. I don't like this at all. I don't know. It's very muddy and it has those speckles inside, and I don't like glitter. It's glitter. It's basically glitter. You can see the glitters in it, and this goes all over your face. It doesn't look good. Not a big fan of the glitter. The color, you can work with it. I love the packaging. It's just really, really cute. You can see, but I really don't like the glitter in the bronzer. So unfortunately, I will have to declutter this. This came in a boxy charm, I believe. So yeah, unfortunately, I have to get rid of this. I don't like glitter in my bronzer. So this goes away. Here's a nice one, Glowish by Huda Beauty. And this is in the shade 02 Medium. This is a soft radiance bronzer. And I love the swirls in it. And the shade is very nice and glowy, but not like it's illuminating, so not glowy but illuminating, and you can see how pretty the shade is. This is perfect shade, perfect formula. Definitely love the packaging, and I'm keeping this one. So cute. Oh, this is one of my favorite bronzers as well, the LYS Love Yourself in the shade Motivate Light. This is a No Limits matte bronzer, and look at that. Again, I love the packaging. Formula is just beautiful. The shade looks stunning. Again, very nice and natural looking. I love this type of bronzers with a nice natural looking formula. Again, very beautiful bronzer, so I'm keeping this one. And of course, my Dior bronzer. Like, look at this squishy pillow here. It's so pretty. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze, and this is in the shade 05 Warm Bronze. Love the packaging. So easy to travel with. You have a nice mirror here. You have a nice bronzer. Very, very similar to the Makeup by Mario, the first bronzer we have talked about today. And look at this. It's so pretty. Again, it feels more powdery on the skin, but when you blend it on your face, it blends like a dream. There's no patchiness. It gives it that nice, natural, sun-kissed look. Gorgeous bronzer. Definitely recommend it. I know it's more pricey, but it's Dior and it's the actual packaging as well. Very, very pretty. Now, here is Fenty Beauty, and this is the Sun Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. This is a nice bronzer. You can see how much I've used it. It feels like kind of hard right now, but the bronzer is gorgeous. A very nice color, a little bit more intense, but it blends so smoothly and so nice. I love Fenty Beauty bronzers and blushes, and a lot of products by Fenty Beauty are pretty good, but this is a gorgeous bronzer for those nice, natural, sunny days. Looks so pretty, so I'm keeping this one. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is the Colourpop Going Coconuts, the Coconut Beach Pressed Powder Bronzer. I have to use this more often. It's a very subtle bronzer. Again, I love it that, oh, look how nice. It's very powdery and looks very nice and natural. Very beautiful. I love this natural looking bronzer. It's a little bit powdery from what I see, but it looks, I remember really enjoying this powder. It has more of a cool tone, undertone. It looks more reddish, but it looks very pretty. It doesn't cross that line and becoming too red. So it's still a very nice bronzer. So I'm still keeping this one. This is my only Colourpop complexion product I have, like a bronzer. Now this is the Patrick Ta She's Sculpted Bronzer. This is both a cream and a powder, but I've included it into the powder sections. And here's the cream, is more of a muddy contour shade. But look, when you apply it, look, very nice and very warm, but it's very cool tone in here. And then let's close this up. And then this one, again, very pretty. Hard to see on the hand, but when you put it on the cheek, you can see right here. And you combine those two, oh, such a perfect mash of colors. I really, really love this, and I will never get rid of my Patrick Ta products. So pretty. Definitely recommend it. This is the Natasha Denona 10 Bronze and Glow palette. This, I don't know about this one. This looks very pretty, actually. Do not make the mistake and use this. Which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah, don't use this as a highlighter. You can see how golden it looks. If you're fair skin, this is gonna look really red on your cheeks, but it's a nice, I think that this is a cream base, like it says glow cream base, and this is a blush and bronze powder right here. I think that you combine these two together. Let's see. Yeah, so this top row, it's right here, and then this is going to be the bottom row. This is the highlighter, I think. Yeah. So use that as a highlighter. You can see right here the highlighter, and you can use this as a bronzer or as a blush, but it's very beautiful. I have to use it more often. I made the mistake to use this as a highlighter, and it kind of ruined my love for this palette, but now I know not to do that. Maybe this is good to either use it on your eyes, or you can use it on top of this to make it more glowy. So keep that in mind. Don't make the same mistake as I did. You probably didn't, but I was silly and I did it like that. But it's a beautiful palette to have, so I'm keeping it. Speaking of Natasha Denona, here is another one. Whoa, the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. This is really pretty. So here's a difference in case you're wondering. I'm going to put them both side by side. So this is the 10 and this is the Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. So you can see the difference. Again, this is Blush and Glow. Yeah, so this is the Bounce Cream Glow. I think it's a very nice highlighter. Yeah, this is a very nice highlighter right there. And this is the Bounce Cream Blush. So this is a blush. I didn't know that. I guess so. It's a little bit more orangey. And this is the Super, so those are cream products, and here the powder ones. Super Glow Bronze. Ooh, very nice and bronzy. And then this is the Super Glow Nude. Wow. Stunning. These are a little bit more confusing on how you can use it, but I would suggest just swatch them before you decide to see what you want to put on your cheek. But again, so pretty. Both of these palettes are gorgeous, so I'm keeping them. Here is one by Iconic London, and this is the Ultimate Bronzing Powder. I think they sell this at Sephora as well. I did get this in a BoxyCharm. Let me quickly double check. No, they actually got rid of it. So they don't have this at Sephora. That's exactly what I canceled my BoxyCharm, because they sell products like this that I cannot show my audience and have them buy if they're interested in, because it's only at BoxyCharm. But this is a very beautiful bronzer, so I really don't want to get rid of it. I might just keep it here and use it off camera and maybe even on camera, because Iconic London is at Sephora and they do have a small, I think, duo bronzer and highlighter or something like that. So you guys know that the formula is nice and it looks very nice. Like, it's very natural looking. So I really love it. So I'm keeping it. And then here's another product that I don't think they're selling anymore. This is the Marc Jacobs, and this is the 106 Tantalize Omega Bronze. I love this. I bought this from TJ Maxx, so I got a really good deal, but I haven't used it much. Again, very, very pigmented. This reminds me of Gucci type of pigment, so a little bit goes a long way. So again, I have to use this more often. I'm not going to get rid of it because I spend money on it, and it's Marc Jacobs, and it's really, really pretty. Look at this, so gorgeous. This is by a company called Red Apple, and this is a Red Apple blush. What is it called? Sundrop bronzer. So I don't know, it's called a blush sundrop bronzer, but it's really, really pretty. Like, it's a very nice shade, and I love how small it is, and I love that you can travel with it. So I really don't want to get rid of it, and they were so kind enough to send this to me, and I really love it. So I'm actually keeping it. It's very pretty, very easy to use. It has a nice cap that you can just close it. So make sure you check out Red Apple. They have lots of nice lipsticks as well. Maybelline City Bronzer. This is the bronzer and contour powder. Look at that cute packaging. New York. I really love the colorful packaging. This is in the shade 200, but my cap actually broke. I heard a lot of people's caps break. Very hard to travel with now. The shade is gorgeous. This is a very nice powder bronzer from the drugstore. I definitely recommend this powder bronzer by Maybelline. Again, be careful with the packaging, a little bit more gentle than how I am. It's beautiful, beautiful from packaging to formula. I love it. So I'm keeping this one. I have two by Physicians Formula, and I don't know what I was thinking about this one. This is the old one, the OG. You can see how much I used it. This was my first bronzer, the Muru Muru Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, I think it's called. I'm so confused with the actual names of this. This is the Physicians Formula Light Bronzer, Muru Muru Butter Bronzer. So I don't know why I went ahead and bought a light one when I had this one. For some reason, I thought this was a different one, but I'm actually really liking it. So let me show you the difference. It's quite light. And then here, you can see this one is much more intense. This is more of a nice glowy. Maybe this is good for those no makeup days. I still want to keep it. I'm going to have to give it more of a try. So this probably goes in my maybe section. This I'm keeping. But again, I have to give it more of a try on my face and see. It's very hard to see on the hand. This one you can see, but this one I have to give it a try on the face and see how it looks. If it looks too powdery and too bright, then I will chalk it. But for now, this goes in the maybe section. Here's another product made in Korea. And this is the Too Cool Art Class by Robin. And this is, let's see, does it have a shade? No, Art Class by Robin. This is very interesting. Like, look at this bronzer. You can actually use this even as an, for your eyes. But let's swirl it around. Very cool tone looking. So I love that it's made in Korea. I don't know. Again, maybe this looks kind of gray. I wonder if I should get rid of it. I wonder how it looks on the face. Yeah, you see, this looks quite grayish on my skin. So I know it's made in Korea. The formula is very nice, but I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm not keeping this one at all. It's too grayish. I don't like it. Here is a very beautiful bronzer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer, and this is in the shade 02 Medium. I love that it tells you even where to apply it. It's quite huge, very hard to travel with, but it does have little shimmers. Remember how we talked about I don't like glitter, but this is not glitter. So this is more of an illuminating bronzer. So it gives it that nice glow. It's very similar to the Kosas one. So I'm keeping this one. I'm actually liking it. It looks very nice and glowy. So I'm keeping this one. Very hard to travel with because it's so bulky and big, but it's nice to keep for my videos from the drugstore again. Here is probably the most affordable bronzer you can get from the drugstore. This is by Essence, the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade. What shade are you? 01 Natural. It's a matte bronzing powder for a naturally sun-kissed tan. Perfect for lighter skin types. So let me show you how it looks. Again, it's quite big. However, it's not as bulky. It's quite thin. And it's very nice and very light on the skin. It's not powdery. It feels like cream when you apply it. It gives it that nice glow. I really love it. It's affordable. It's by Essence. I love Essence, so I'm keeping this one. And here is the last one that I have. This is by Huda Beauty. And I watched Tati, and she's the one that talked about this and made me buy this. And I'm actually happy I have it. because this is in the shade 550 Warm Up Bronzer. And this is so pretty because it comes with this golden highlight, this more rosy highlight here. And then of course we have the actual bronzer. So there's the light part of the bronzer. And then here we have this nice chocolate one, which when you combine all of this together and you swirl them around like this, you get a very nice glowy bronzer. So it depends. You want to go more into this section or more with the highlight, depending on how you want to build your bronzer. This is so pretty. So I'm definitely keeping it. Again, hard to travel with, but if you don't want to bring a highlighter, you have a highlighter and a bronzer all in one. Okay, so I'm keeping that one. Now let's put everything back in here. So I'm gonna quickly fast forward through this and we'll show you what we kept and what we got rid of. Okay, so this is the high-end bronzers I own, and these are all powder. And I also have the Makeup by Mario and the Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm gonna take out this because this was on, no, not this. Where's my Gucci one? Gucci. Oh, I'm gonna take out my Gucci one and keep it on my vanity because this was part of my monthly usage that I'm using at the moment, along with the Charlotte Tilbury. So this will stay on my vanity, and I thought I had another one. And the Makeup by Mario. So these three were on my vanity that I'm using this month until we do a Shop My Stash. But yeah, these are basically my high-end bronzers, all powder. So now let's go through the drugstore version. Okay, so here is my drugstore version. I'm putting this in the maybe section. I'll have to try it on my face and see if I still like it or not. This is a no, and this is a no. It's too grayish, but these are my powder bronzers from the drugstore. So yeah, this is everything I own, all powdered bronzers. I'm obsessed with bronzers, especially from Sephora. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this declutter and seeing my powder bronzer collection. Next, we're gonna get into some cream bronzers, so stay tuned for that upcoming video. Let's get to part 2 of decluttering my bronzers, and in today's video, I will be doing all of my cream bronzer high-end and drugstore. They're mostly high-end. I don't have much from the drugstore, but yeah, if you're interested, then keep on watching. So this is the collection we're gonna get into today. If you're wondering where I got these containers from, they're from Amazon and I love them. I 100% recommend them. They come into this little bins like this one. And they also come with little guys like this, and you can see you can put your pencils and everything. I will link everything down below because I really love these containers. So before we get started, I forgot to talk about a couple last time from my powder collection, and I will show you whether I'm keeping this or not. So let's get started and start with the powder ones, and then we're gonna get into decluttering my cream bronzers. So there's 4 powder bronzers that I still had on my vanity that I forgot to talk about. So let's start with the Bahama Mama bronzer powder, and I think this is in the shade Bahama Mama. That's what it's called. this is a very nice natural bronzer. It's powder and I really love it, and I'm definitely keeping it. So I'm going to go really fast through this because I love these bronzers and they're very special to me. They perform really good. So I'm keeping the Bahama Mama bronzer. I really love the packaging. Very easy to travel with. You have a mirror there. So that's a keeper. Of course, I'm going to keep my beautiful Milani bronzer. This is so pretty. It's hard to swatch, but when applied to the face, it looks stunning on the face. And the shade that I have is 02 Sun-Kissed. It's a silky matte bronzer. It's gorgeous. I love this and I recommend this from the drugstore. This is made in Italy. And e.l.f. bronzer, Forever Sun-Kissed. And again, it's a very good, affordable bronzer, very soft to the touch. It's not powdery. And this is definitely a keeper, very affordable from the drugstores. I definitely recommend this one. It's more cheaper than the Milani one. And my Co-Beauty for my sweet Canadians. This is a great bronzer. However, I hate the packaging. You can see it has more of a burnt undertone, but I love this bronzer. So fun to travel with because it's tiny, but I don't like the packaging. So if you do have cream on your hands, it's going to be very hard to just take this lid off. And this is in the shade Natural 1018. So yeah, those are the bronzers I forgot to mention last time. Let's start with the ones that come in packages like this. First one, that's a no-brainer, is my Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. You can see how much I loved it. This is in medium dark, and this is more of a skin enhancer. However, I use it as a bronzer. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. And look at that luminosity and glow, and it makes your skin look really natural, like you have a natural bronze on you. So definitely this is a keeper, and I will definitely repurchase this one. Look how much I loved it. I can't believe it. This is probably the only bronzer that I love so much. So this is a must in my collection. I love it. Oh, here's another one that I have forgotten about and I've started using it. This is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in the shade Seashells. Seashells, weird how they spelled it. But this is beautiful. Beautiful bronzer, and the way it blends into the skin, it just melts with your skin. Don't worry about this. It doesn't have such a red undertone. It's because I put a lot on my hand. But this blends so nicely on the cheeks and it defines your cheekbones beautifully. And it gives it a very nice natural look. I love this bronzer, so I'm keeping this one. Now, here is one that I have loved, loved, loved. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer in the shade Sun-Kissed. Now, this is more of a yellow undertone. So if you don't like that caramel type of tone, you can see right there, then maybe this bronzer is not for you. I know not everyone loves this one. The formula is amazing, but the actual shade, not a lot of people like it, especially if you have a different skin tone than what I do. But for fair skin tones, I really am enjoying this one, and a little bit goes a long way. And I have been loving it. This is definitely one that I've used a lot, so I am keeping it. I'm really loving it. Okay, so let's move on to Fenty Beauty. This is the cream bronzer in the shade Amber 01. Now, this is more of a sculpting product. You define your cheekbones because you can see the grayish undertone. So this is just to contour. This is more of a contour bronzer. So I don't have many of the shades in my collection, and I only have this one and her Amber Stick as well. But I am definitely keeping this one because it's so unique and I don't need another one. If you do have this one, no need to repurchase another one. One is enough because you're not going to go through this very often. It's only when you want to contour and then bronze. So keeping this one. I love Fenty Beauty products. Oh, here's one by Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Contour Bronzer in the shade Light. Love the packaging. It's so cute. I keep the top. Make sure you keep it so that the product doesn't dry up. But again, look how creamy it is. It's so beautiful, and a little bit goes a long way. It's just a very nice sun-kissed bronzer. It melts into the skin and it blends without patchiness and without lifting your foundation. This is a very beautiful cream bronzer. So I'm keeping this one. Now let's move on to Tower 28. This is not their new bronzer. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino West Coast. So it's more of a, I would call this more of a skin enhancer, or for some skin tones, maybe even a highlighter. So you can see the glowiness and shininess through, very similar to the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. So I have a feeling that that's the best way to use it. Or you can also add it on top of your bronzer to give it more of a glowy look. So I just added it on top of the Huda Beauty here. And you can see how nice it just illuminated the bronzer. So I'm definitely keeping it. It's very unique. I'm very interested in the actual bronzer that they just came up with. So I might pick that one up too, but because I really love this one. Okay, here's another one that I have a review on this. This is the Say Beauty bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium Bronze Sun Melt. I love this one. You guys can see that I love this type of tones. I haven't used it in a while because I just have so many, but I will rotate through it and we'll get it. But you can see how nice it just blends into your skin, and I really love this type of undertone, more of a yellow caramel undertone. I prefer this more than the red undertones, but it's just beautiful. You can see how nice it just bronzed the skin. So I'm keeping this one. I have a full review on my channel on this one. And here is another one that is near my collection, Laguna 02 Original Bronzer by NARS. I love this one. I love the packaging. You can see it's very soft and it melts into the skin. It's more of a stronger undertone than this one, but once you blend it, it just blends very, very nicely into the skin, and it just bronzes your skin like you came from under the sun. And it has a very nice luminosity, but not too much of it. So yeah, I'm keeping this one for sure. So here's the first one. So let's go through this one. First one I'm going to talk about is the Merit foundation. When they sent this to me, because they asked me what I want, and I chose this one because at the time they didn't have a bronzer. I chose this foundation that's more darker, and I chose it because I wanted to use it as a bronzer. At the time, again, they didn't have a bronzer, and I thought that by choosing a darker foundation, it's going to look really nice to bronze up the skin. It's going to melt into the skin smoothly because it's a foundation. So yeah, I'm keeping this one. This is very beautiful. You can even use this on your eyelids as a eyeshadow. So this is a multitasking stick. So I'm keeping that one. This I love, and I want to get more by Nude Sticks. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte All Over Face Bronze Color in the shade Terracotta 10. So yeah, on one side you have a cute small brush, and on the other side you have this nice bronzer. You can actually even use this as a blush. It has more of a red undertone, but it's so soft, and when you blend it, it just blends into the skin and eliminates that redness. But you can also use this as a blush, I think. This looks very pretty even as a blush. I know they have a nice blushes as well. But yeah, so I'm keeping this one. It's so pretty. Okay, so let's talk about this bronzer. This is the Lower East Side bronzer in the shade Skyscraper. This I got in a boxy charm, and I don't know, it's quite muddy. It's very nice actually. I was thinking of decluttering this one. Maybe I'll give it a try. It says 12 months, so maybe I'll give it more time and I will declutter it later on. I don't know. Will I use this? I'll keep it for now, and maybe next time it's going to be decluttered if I don't use it much. So now here is one by Burt's Bees, All Aglow, and this is in the shade Bronze Splash. I don't know about this one. Let's see. It has too much. You can see it's quite patchy, and it has too much glow in it, and it's very red, like golden. So I really don't like this one, and this is probably a declutter for me. I won't be keeping it for sure. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this type of color. It's golden, and you can see when you blend it, it kind of blends away, and it's patchy. It leaves patchiness on the skin. So definitely this is going to go in the garbage. Now this is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and this is in the shade, it says right here, Tan Lines. So this is the only e.l.f. cream bronzer I own, and it's very pretty. Very subtle look, and very soft on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So it feels very nice and soft on the skin. So I definitely am keeping it. This is probably not as long wearing as my other ones, but it's my only cream bronzer from the drugstore. So yeah, keeping that one. Actually, I lied. Here's another cream bronzer from the drugstore. This is a dual-ended product. So I have a highlighter on one end. I know this is not about the highlighter, but look at that. So pretty. And the bronzer stick on this end. This is by NYX, by the way. It's a Wonder Stick in the shade Universal Light. So pretty. Isn't that pretty? This is such a nice bronzer. I have been using this a lot, and actually the highlighter too. Once you blend it, it's so nice on the skin. So yeah, this is a keeper for sure. I'm happy I have this in my collection. Now let's move on to the next batch. Yes, I am keeping my Westman Atelier bronzer stick. This is in the shade Biscuit, and look at the packaging. It's gorgeous. It's magnetic, and it is just very pretty. I have been using this a lot. I'm very intrigued by their blushes as well, and the highlighter stick. It's quite expensive, and this is not the mini, this is the full size. So this is so beautiful. You can feel how soft and creamy and long lasting. Even though it's nice and creamy and soft, this lasts very long on your skin. It defines your cheekbones beautifully. I am loving this one. So this is definitely a keeper. Even if the color wouldn't match me, I would keep this because it's so expensive. Okay, so here is a fun one. Now, when I bought this is when I first started my YouTube channel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Mink Stick Foundation Contour. So, I don't know if it's a foundation. I took it as a contour stick, but look at that. Now, when I bought it because it was at TJ Maxx, and I got a great deal, and it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I didn't know much. But this is a perfect shade for contouring. Remember that Fenty Beauty bronzer, contour bronzer that I showed you? You see that? Very similar. But this comes into a stick. This is a little bit more grayish, I guess. This has a little bit more warmth to it once you blend it. But look at that. Yes, you can see this is a little bit more warm. But I bought this because it was a good deal. Didn't know much about contouring, but I'm keeping this one because this is a good contour stick for sure. And it's very easy to travel with. And the packaging is just so nice and elegant and pretty. So yeah, I'm keeping this guy. Now let's talk about Rare Beauty. Now this is the Rare Beauty Power Boost Bronzer Stick. I love the logo. I don't like the packaging on this. Just a chubby stick, but I just don't like something about this packaging. Not a big fan, but I love Rare Beauty, and I do love the bronzer stick. This wears so nice on the skin. It's such a nice warm bronzer, very sun-kissed type of shade you get on your cheek, and it's very natural looking. You don't get patchiness. It doesn't lift up your foundation. Very, very good bronzer stick, and very affordable from Sephora compared to my other ones. But yeah, make sure you close it. So I guess it's okay. I love the color, the aesthetics of it. There's something about it, I guess, because it's too chubby. Yeah, I like it. I'm keeping it. Here's another chubby one, but I do love this packaging. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Medium. Always open the brush first. I wonder how I can... Okay, this is how I'm going to remember it. Where it says by Mario is the brush, and where you don't have by Mario is the actual bronzer. And here it is. I have been using this a lot. Look at that, very similar to the Rare Beauty one. Nice golden undertone. I love it. I love this so much. I love Makeup by Mario complexion products. This is definitely a keeper. So I guess keep in mind where you see by Mario, there is the brush. Because I see a lot of people removing this brush because it's annoying. You can actually travel like this too. It makes it a little bit lighter. But yeah, if you want to have a brush, in case you never know, you forget your own brushes, this is how you remember that where the writing is, it's where the brush is. So I'm keeping this one. I have my LYS bronzer stick. I have a review on this one, and this is the No Limits Harmony bronzer stick. You have to rotate it for the product to come out. I don't like the packaging of this one so much. Very hard to take pictures of because it doesn't sit properly. I guess you can take pictures this way. But yeah, this is a very nice bronzer. Very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to put too much. Maybe it's best to go with the sponge into the actual tip, and that's how you should apply it. But this is a very nice bronzer stick. It lasts a long time. Let's see how much I have left. Ooh, 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 I don't want it to fall out, but I can still rotate it and you can see how much I have left. I can still go. Let's see, hopefully it comes back down. Yeah. So yeah, I love that the twister actually works, because this one's with twisters like this. Sometimes they get stuck and you have to use your hands to push it, but not this product. This is a great product. So check out my review on this. I have a full review on it. Oh, this is another one by Fenty Beauty. I love this one. This is the one in the shade Amber Suede. And this is a great contour stick, but I also use it as a bronzer because it has a little bit more warmth than the actual contour product. This is the Fenty contour product, and this is the one in the shade Amber Suede, which is more warmth. You can see the difference. So they are very special in my collection, and they both have a spot in my makeup collection. They're very beautiful products. I love it. So I'm keeping it. And here is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, the Hollywood Contour Wand, and this is in the shade Fair Medium. Now, packaging is quite gross. I know a lot of people don't like it. This, you make sure you open, and let's use whatever is on here. I don't want to squeeze more out. It's a very nice product. Like, I love it. It's just more of a wet formula. So just be careful and go slow when you blend it on your cheekbone. Oh, I made a mess here. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping it. Charlotte Tilbury is expensive. I love the tube because it's easy to travel with, and it's thin, easy to store, and it's a very nice shade. So just be careful with it because it's more of a wet formula, so it's a little bit more tricky to blend. You don't want to lift up and create any spots on your cheekbones. Yeah, so let's go ahead and organize this now in the bins. Okay, so here we have all of my high-end cream bronzers. Here we have all the cream bronzer sticks high-end. And this is my drugstore collection of cream bronzer, which I don't need any much more. So I think this is enough. I might even have to put this guy's probably here. So we don't need another bin for that, and I think this is it. This is my full cream bronzer collection, and we only got rid of the Burt's Bees one, so this is gonna go bye-bye, but the rest I'm keeping. I hope you guys really enjoyed this decluttering with me and looking through my bronzer collection. I know I love this type of videos, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.